Hi, Stephanie here with Mahalo.com, and joining me once again is Vanessa with Radical Parenting. Okay, teens and drugs and alcohol. Of course, as parents, we don't want our teens to get caught up in this terrible trap. How do we prevent them from using drugs and alcohol?
So this is a little different than talking to your kids about sex or having the sex talk. You can have the substance talk and go over all the different problems with drugs and alcohol and what things are, but I actually prefer to use teachable moments. And this is all kinds of things starting from a very young age. At a party, if people are passing out champagne or wine, also if you see a commercial or a movie where they're talking about marijuana or drugs, to bring up questions during these things and say, has anyone ever offered you anything, or do you have any questions about alcohol? Have you ever been curious to try something? Those little moments I think are much better to talk about drugs and alcohol because it's a way of bringing it up casually, seeing where they stand on it. Otherwise, when you just sit down and have a substance talk, I think that teenagers get a little bit overwhelmed and they say, no, it's okay, Mom, I don't know what you're talking about. So using those teachable moments I think is a really great way to start.
Yeah, how do you sort of take the allure out of this? I mean, is there a way to do that?
It's very hard. I think there's actually some great media that help with this. For example, the show, I think it's Intervention, is a great show. It's very hard to watch and it can be a little advanced, but if you want to get some on Netflix or watch them ahead of time, just sit with your kids and show them what happens, how it really can be a downward spiral. I think that's a really great way to sort of show them that it's not all glitz and glamour, and a lot of the times it's not just you try it once, it actually goes into something worse and it can turn into, as they say, turn into something bigger.
Yeah, and what about fear? I mean, I had a lot of fear. I was just terrified of drug use. When I was growing up, they had the Say No to Drugs campaign, and apparently it worked. I mean, I don't know, when all else fails, fear is good, right?
Well, I think it's good to scare them, but it's also you also want to make sure that sometimes if you over scare someone, they don't believe it anymore. Or they see a friend do it and they go, wait a minute, I thought that was supposed to ruin your life. It's not true. So you want to say, here's the worst that can happen, but there's also sort of this middle ground, but both are not good. And always point out the illegality of drugs. I think that kids sometimes forget that marijuana is illegal. They also forget that underage drinking is illegal, and there is serious legal consequences for those actions. So bringing that in also is a great way to just teach them how to respect the law and respect themselves.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it sounds like, bottom line, be open, be as open as you can.
Right, and continuously have that talk. You can start as early as 7 or 8 talking about, what things are, and then continue it all the way up until they're 17, 18.
Well, thanks, Vanessa. And if you'd like more information about any of the topics discussed, you can click on any of the links you see here. You can also subscribe to Mahalo Parenting or send us an email at requests@mahalo.com. Thanks for watching.